Welcome back everyone. You join me here in a little exploration foray where I have traversed a bit of the map to the southeast, found myself a astral temple and have discovered what was going wrong with the whole floating crystal and trying to make a luminous table. Basically I was trying to use a crafting station before and you can't do that. It doesn't recognise it, so have to use the basic crafting bench in order to make ourselves the various items. So getting ourselves our resonating wand and luminous crafting table, and we'll be able to start making things back at base now. We won't have to transfer around. Also very nicely found some diamonds and some glowstone dust in the chests here, which is going to help tremendously. And some constellation papers. I don't think I've actually really got enough space. Got some slimes apparently above me. Got some llamas outside. Right, so that's blank. So that's fine. We've got our last one. Let's get ourselves back to base. Good to get some slime as well, actually. We are right next to a slime sky island apparently. So let's deal with all of that. Let's just chuck that cobble. We've got plenty of cobble at base. It's not like stone's a particularly rare resource. Good. Right. Yeah. We're going to probably have to come back over here at a later point. Plenty of resources up here that we're going to want. Let's leave the slime island. There's not much we can do with it just yet. It's still very high up. We'll talk about getting up there at some point. Because getting growable slime trees definitely useful. But for now, just the slime balls that those things drop. 25 sticky pistons I can make, which is good. Yeah, time to see if there's anything I can really get away with just dumping, because I did kind of want to get some of the spruce trees. Let's see about getting a spruce sapling or two. There we go. Four saplings will do nicely. Right, I'm going to make my way back to base. I will catch up with you there. I'll show you all of the little changes that I've made whilst we have been in between sessions. And we are back. So, made it home just about. Some zombies tried to ambush me outside, but luckily could get through it all. So we now have ourselves a slightly larger chest with some more ingredients. We've got some already planted outside, though couldn't show you that just yet. So let's sleep through and we'll just head outside, because there's been some advancement out there, just a little bit here and there. And rice is one of those things that I went looking for. As we very much want to plant that for the basic meal I'm going to be aiming for. So, got ourselves a little bit of a farm here with beans, carrots, bell peppers, rice, and we need onions as well. Which this is going to be extended out. This fence is literally just a temporary thing to stop things. Not that I've finished it off as per usual. Growing flax as well for gathering string. Got a little tree farm isolated up here, flattened it out, and just over here we have the area that is going to be exposed to the sky, just to make it a bit of an industrial area. And of course I don't pay sufficient attention to my surroundings and get nearly blown up by a creeper. Always lovely. So let's replant all of this. even thought to myself, there's a creeper over there, just be careful, and then just did not pay any attention whatsoever. Right, so I need to make some more stone walls. Let's just quickly do that and repair that. So, other change that's been made in here, added the extra wall of drawers. Started putting things in, tried to keep them organised so that I've got a way of finding them. It won't be too much of an issue later when we get to refined storage and add into that the way to just pull things out. Right, there's no way things can appear in there. I think we should probably do something about the spawn areas around my base. Let's just light this all up here. Push mob spawning back away a little bit. Although we are quite limited on coal at the moment, I'm going to need to go mining for more. And one of the other things I found was one of the mods that I was using for getting aluminium doesn't actually automatically spawn aluminium. So I've had to do a retro gen on it, and I haven't actually been able to find any aluminium yet, so slight issue there. May have to go even further afield. Let's just turn this into a path. Can I turn this into a path? Oh, it's got to be grass, right? Okay, so I've got to wait for that to become grass, and then I can turn it into a path. Let's also just turn that into a wall, just to block things off a little bit. Just back a touch. Things can still drop down from up there, but we'll deal with that later. For now, this is good enough. Okay. And then the other thing, let's get ourselves the iron I'm going to need. So the other thing that started is this good fun. What's this got in here? 1 ingot of liquid dirt. Okay. That's annoying. Can we get rid of that? Yeah, there we go. So we have ourselves 31 seared stone, and not in a format I like. So what we're going to do to make this look better the entire way through is create ourselves a chisel. 1 piece of iron, 1 piece of stick, and any blocks can be turned into chiseled versions of those blocks. Just a decorative kind of way of doing things. So this way we can just pull out the seared bricks from there, and we can match what we have. Like, I'm perfectly happy with just the plain stone for the floor, but I really don't like it for the side of the walls. No, we don't want to be melting dirt. See, I've also made a window just so that we've got a way of seeing into the smeltery, seeing when it's in use, seeing what liquids are in it, because as soon as we start putting this in, it's going to very much restrict our ability to see. There we go. So we now have a much larger smelting capacity. We are down. I should have picked up some lava while I was out as well. That would have been sensible. Much larger smelting capacity, so we'll be able to start smelting our ores down, and from that we'll be able to start making metals. So I'm going to go off and see if I can find myself some aluminium. In this case, bauxite ore. so that I can merge it with some of the copper and get ourselves what we need to start crafting plates and tool parts. So I will be back shortly. Alrighty, after a lengthy expedition for the notes, everything over here, I've had to walk all the way down there digging to finally find some of the thing. Now just getting back to base and we can start smelting that up, turn it into what we need. Hearing an Enderman teleport around near your base is always a bit of a worry when you've only got stone tools and no armour, or very little armour. But either way, it's raining, that's why. Right, so what we want to do is take 3 pieces of biocide ore, 1 piece of the copper ore, and that'll melt down for aluminium. The copper will obviously create copper, and then they'll alloy together to get aluminium brass. That is what we're going to need for the next stage of our tools. So we're going to want to get heads for each of the different things. It's going to want bindings, guard, and stone tool rod. You can see it starting to form in there. Takes a little bit of time. It will all merge together, and we will have 8 ingots worth of molten aluminium brass. Now this is where the casting table comes in rather than the basin which we've been using to create the stone. Place the item in. That did empty that one, that's good. I'm just going to put that over here. And it pours the aluminium brass out onto the casting table, and we now have the ability to make materials out of metal. Super important. I'm also going to want an ingot that's already been cast. I've got plenty of iron, so we'll just use a single iron ingot for this. You may know I've got a tool station actually in my inventory. I've actually been carrying those around so that I can repair my gear as and when, rather than having to come back to base or only having like 128 mining operations before having to come back. We should have 2 left, yeah, 2 left. 8's always a good amount to start with. You'll need more later. No, not that one. That one. There's plenty of things you're going to want to make out of metal, like the larger patterns, things like bows and the like. So let's just organise these in here for now. Okay, now first thing we want to do is upgrade our weapon and our pick. Because the smeltery doubles, we only need, in fact, do we think, yeah, we can probably get away with that. Let's just have all of our tools upgraded to iron. So let's fully repair all of our tools first, because the durability is affected by it. So, and of course the ominous thunderstorm rolls in at exactly the same time. Running low on lava, we are going to need to go and get some more, and I haven't found any underground yet, but hopefully with upgrading to the iron pick I can get through something that's blocking. Here an Enderman teleporting around. Seems to be upstairs, that's fine. Yeah, something that's blocking my downward descent. Don't forget the sword as well, that'll increase the ability to kill those mobs that keep cropping up. Final one. Excellent. Right, let's put those away. And then we come over to our tool station, put our tool in, and we can now put the extra part in. You can see on the right immediately the changes that are made. So in this case we go from 128 durability to 244, and mining level diamond, so we're going to be able to get more stuff, faster mining speed, all good stuff. Let's do the same for our sword. Go from a 4.85 to 5.95 damage. Very useful. For the axe and spade, it's not really necessary, but so we don't need the mining levels. The mining speed and the more durability is always nice. We're not short of iron. We've got plenty here. 67 pieces of iron, which obviously will double up in there. We've got some more on the floor left to do, and some in the walls downstairs that I've not got out yet because I haven't had the need to do so. Let's quickly put some stuff away. And am I going to want to? Yeah, let's. No. One of the modifiers that you can put on weapons is a diamond. So you can actually put the diamond onto the pickaxe, and it will increase its mining capability, as though it were a diamond pickaxe from the original Minecraft. I say original, base Minecraft. That is useful in the fact that would mean I could dig up obsidian, but it would consume one of the modifier slots. So we have 5 slots currently. I don't really want to use a diamond in one of them. There's no way to take them out afterwards that I'm aware of. So we want to increase our mining level on that in a different way, which we will do with obsidian. And you're asking, how are you going to get obsidian if you don't have the ability to mine obsidian? And that is the slight trick to this. The smeltery itself can create obsidian with the way that this mod pack's put up. I can put liquids into the seared drain to add it into the smeltery itself. So if I put 2 buckets of water and 2 buckets of lava in, it will create obsidian and create two blocks, which is what we need for that sharpening kit. And that sharpening kit will then be used on the pickaxe in order to make ourselves a better pickaxe. So let's put the water in, and then I'm going to need to go and get 3 buckets of lava. I'm going to need the bucket itself. As we're completely out. I'm going to go and try downstairs rather than trying to traverse a thunderstorm, because all of the mobs are still going to be there. So I will be back when I find some lava. So very helpfully at the bottom of my stairs here, ran into some basalt, which shows that I've got some lava here. I have to pick up some buckets before backpedaling up, and basalt will look quite nice. Then as I was digging up to get on top of the lava, I managed to find some redstone, which is always good. Let's just cover that lava back up while I harvest this. This is what we're going to need to get started on practically every other mod going. Okay, so let's leave that uncovered so we know where it is. And we will come back down here later for harvesting basalt and some obsidian. I do want to keep it vaguely open, at least in some places, because getting the lava, at least at the moment, is going to be paramount to keeping our ore production going. So what we need to do is need to put 1 into that tank, and then we've got 2 more which we can put into here, like so. You can see that purple liquid. Now I have 2 blocks of obsidian created there. Just pour that out. I could create a stencil for the sharpening kit and just do it straight into that, but there's not really much need here. Get a second one. Beautiful. One piece of flint. Hopefully that thunderstorm's not overshadowing me, but we'll see. Go to our part builder and make ourselves an obsidian sharpening kit. You can see there it says mining level cobalt. Cobalt is a stage above obsidian. So by putting our tool in here, along with a piece of flint, we get ourselves a fortified with obsidian, which adds the mining level without adding the traits or the durability or anything of that nature. Partly because I still want the magnetic part of the iron. Now, the next bit, I actually want some copper. I only need 4 pieces, so 2 pieces from there. And we're going to want this and this. And copper melts quite quickly. So anyway, for now. Nearly there. Excellent. And now we add these. So the reason we've gone for copper as a replacement part here is that well-established trait. Well-established means that we're gaining experience as we use the tool. That's not experience for the tool, which we get as well, but our own experience. So simply digging or chopping or anything of that nature will get ourselves experience, which we can then use for enchantments and the like, for basic armors. We won't have a massive amount of need for enchantments because of the tools being from Tinkers. You can't enchant these things, you put modifiers on them instead. But you're still going to want them for basic armors until we get into the armory construct mod, as well as a few bits of kit that things like the fishing rod and that, which you can't Tinkers up. So I'm now going to smelt up a bunch of our ores now that we've got the doubling capability, and I will come back next time with hopefully some more materials and a plan as to where we're going to go next. I'm thinking, as we have the functionality with the Luminous Crafting Table, we start our journey into Astral sorcery, or maybe because of the flower access we can get started on Britannia. Either way, we're going to want to get a nice outdoor area, nice and safe, so I'll prepare that as well so we can just get started on those. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.